All righty, all righty. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday, 5:04 Chicago time. All right. Looking at gonna do a recap here. Recap of the day. Pretty good day. I gotta say, pretty good day. We will be watching the quarters closely because our quarter is running out. Right. We got 4 weeks left, and we'll see what happens there. So we'll put some more emphasis on the quarter as we start to get into the second week. We'll start getting a good picture of where they want to land, where you're going to be. We talked about last month. We talked about last week about how our months are going to come inside, and here they are, right? So SPY pops in on that new day. I mean, geez, great day here today. Takes the day up, okay? 591.23 took that up, closed damn near the highs as well. All right, so watching it here now on the weeklies, on the overnight, we already took it at 593.47. All right, so we're chasing this guy right here. That is 593.20. So we already took that in the overnight. Now we'll see if that comes to fruition in real time. All right, so we'll see what happens. But you're looking for that 312 get. Right, Chi-Town style, 312. That's our area code here, if you didn't know that. So tree 1-2, I call it a tree 1-2 coming back up. All right, so we're looking for that tree 1-2 to break up here, and then we would be looking for 595.75 to triangle out the 2 week, and then that would give us our month. Okay, so that's what we're hunting for. We're slightly higher there, and then you see what's going on. We're getting real close. Next stop is there, and then there. All right, getting very, very close to getting back up to all-time highs. I see the SPY coming back here a little bit as we speak, so gonna get a little timid as it gets a little bit closer, and we'll wait and see. All right, triple Qs. Another one with the great day, 2 up on the day. Real strong today on the triple Qs. The Mag 7 had a pretty damn good day, I got to say. So a lot of that loving was coming from there. All right, so Qs 2 up on the day. Chasing a week that's going to be a lot more difficult right now. 526.66. All right, we're trading at 523, and we're slightly coming down lower right now on the Qs. So we're still chasing this guy. All right, so we're looking to get to 526.48 is the actual number. All right, so we're looking for that 222 would be our move to the upside there. All right, and then we'll pull up the diamonds, and we'll see what the diamonds got to say. Looking for that 312 to bust up on that week. All right, so we're setting up for the 312 potentially. 425.02. The real number is 424.83. All right, and then that is your same number that you're hunting here. All right, no, I think that's your 83 point there. All right, so Diamonds wasn't able to take day today, okay, and they are coming back in a little bit. So got trouble there for sure, and trying to get these weeks to take up. What I would like to see is I'd like to see a simultaneous break to the upside on the weeklies. Now, that doesn't all have to happen on the same day. As long as they happen in the same week, that would be considered a simultaneous break to the upside. Okay, so we'll see. I'm watching IWM as well. I'll keep adding that in there because that's another one that's going for the ride as well. Nice day today. Nice hammer here, right? So we'll see if that goes into force tomorrow. Then we would get 206, and then we'd be hunting for this one at 207. Still got a lot of room to work with here. Got to get through 208 and change. So that's only really $3 and change. So we'll see what the small cappers can do. And that's kind of our futures of where we're at. I see that things are coming down a little bit. My oscillator's a little hot on my SPY, or no, on the Qs, I think. All right, this is a CCI oscillator down here. This is the triple Qs, a little overbought here. Okay, so we kind of watch that a little bit. You might see some pullback like you're seeing right now. So we'll see what happens there. All right, and then I want to go to some of the tech stocks. So Meta. What a day! Up $23.40. Takes the 2-2 up. Takes the 2-2 week up and blasted on the way on the daily to the upside. Okay, so Next stop on the gravy train here is going to be 681.68, and then we go to here at 710.68. This is still a lot of climbing to do here, all right? This is no easy walk in the park here, okay? That is not going to be no easy walk in the park. Nice day on a Monday. We'll see if we can get that continuation to keep going here. Microsoft, stuck inside on the month. Couldn't quite get it, but it's real close. It's definitely knocking on the door. All right, and here's your 2-1 as well. All right, so you're chasing the same number here. All right, so looking to take this. We're looking for this 2-2-2 back up, and that was the shooter down with the 2-2 going back up. But right now we're stuck inside. All right, we did take the day up slightly here. All right, so that's a 2-1-2. That's a 2-1-2 back up on the daily. I see it coming back in a little bit. Had pretty decent move today. Tesla, Tesla. Shooter down, did go into force because it took it all the way down to 333.66. It did not reach that magnitude right there at 331.42. So we'll see what tomorrow can brings us. Right now it's trading pretty much unchanged, just chopping as you see right here. Not much to talk. That was your daily. All right, so you want to get out of tomorrow. You're about $6 away to take this this daily back up. So we'll see. This is kind of trapped inside here right now, but Tesla has its ways of getting out. Apple is finally starting to get better. Is this going to hold? I mean, this one held. We talked about this one. I said, we talked about this last week. It was maybe it was a week and a half ago now. Then when we made this low and then they popped up, I said, is this going to hold? Well, they tried really hard here but then they fought back. All right, so took the day up and then came back inside. We're really inside the week. Until we get the outside of this week, we still got a lot of work to get back in this month. All right, so this is going to be no easy one either here for Apple. All right, this one's going to be tough. You're $13 to $13 or $14 to get back up to this. So we'll see. Apple is looking better. All right, it is coming down though on the overnight there. Okay, a little bit. Nvidia. I've been saying it. You got major resistance at 138. And today we got up to what? 138.23, 138.18 or something like that. Okay, so it was like 138.12. All right, so kind of stalled out again on there. So it got an actionable signal on the day. See if Nvidia can, see if they can put 2 days good together. We'll see if that can even happen as we see Nvidia coming back into 137.65 area. All right, so we definitely find some resistance at this 138 number. All right, so we'll see if that can hold, or maybe they bounce through it and then probably going to come back through. The oscillator's telling me that this thing's a little overbought too. It is starting to flip down a little bit. All right, there's your Nvidia. Amazon, another one here. Just a mess, but now you got it inside month and it's hammering up nice. You had a 2-1 day. All right, you got the 2-1 with the week. All right, so this is your first day of the week coming in. All right, so she wicked up a little bit. 207.20. She closed at 206.65. So trading slightly higher here on Amazon. So we're going to have to wait and see what Amazon's going to do. It's going to have to get through 208 and change to take that week up. All right. There's some that are close. There's some that are far. There's a whole group of, everyone's got their own ride to take. 211 on Google just continues to stay inside. Stuck inside month, stuck inside day, not able to really move that great today with the rest of the group. I don't know about Google. This has got Chat GPT Pro and all the other things that are going on with Google. So Google should have had a better day, considering that its peers had a better day. All right, so we'll see if that anything comes out of that. I got MAGA. Mags, sorry. MAGS, Mags. All right, Mags had a good day, but it couldn't get out day. All right, so inside day finishes the one inside day. You get the one inside week, and you're inside everywhere. See if that can start to change. Coming back up for a 2-1-2, possibly back up, or we wait and see. We still got to get through week before we get to anywhere. All right, I'm saying we're going to get the day before we can even start thinking about this. So let's worry about one thing at a time. All right, so that's your mags. And then XLP, I think I talked about it this morning. XLP, nice day. Couldn't get out though, but finished with a nice hammer. See if that can go into fruition. All right, see if that can go into force. That would be nice if that would happen. All right, XLP. I like XLP. I'm kind of in this one. All right, 83.19 if you want to get outside on the week, and then we'd be pushing for a month. All right, holding up pretty well. I guess CCI, a lot of overbought over here, so probably going to see some kind of pullback. All right, XRT retail. It ceases to amaze me that retail continues to do well. This is stalled out completely here on this 2-day, and they come right back inside. Couldn't take the try. It was trying to go for the outside day, but just couldn't get up through 76.30. All right, so XRT on your retail. I gotta say, XLF was probably one of the best in the sectors today. The banks were better today, okay? 2-1 on the month, 2-1-1 on the week. Looking for that 3-1-2 up possibly tomorrow because these banks were pretty strong today. All right, so nice day. Couldn't get the job done to the upside. We're still we're not completely overbought there, but we're kind of close. All right, just a couple of banks there. Bank of America, pretty decent day. All right, could have tried to go outside, couldn't get it done. All right, would have needed to get it through 44.31, but that's a pretty nice day, and you're stuck inside week. All right, so we're just gonna see how they're gonna play out the next couple of days here. J.P. Morgan, one day does not make up a week. There's 2 on J.P. Morgan. So the one thing that I can tell you about J.P. Morgan is J.P. Morgan can go outside because it made the lower low. All right, so you got your actionable signal on your month, and that's it. We don't really have anything else going on. I see J.P. Morgan coming back a little bit down. All right, Citibank was really strong today too. Citibank had a really good day. Goes outside, did the job that the other 2 couldn't do, and it took the week up. All right, so 2 up on Citibank. Still trapped inside the month, but looking pretty good there. Again, starting to get into that overbought area, so be aware of that. All right, be aware of that. It might be getting a little hot. All right, it might be getting a little hot there. And then Wells Fargo, that's the only, I'm not going to go as far as those. Wells Fargo got the inside day. I'm sorry, 2 on the day because it made the lower low. Couldn't engulf. It was trying, but it could not get it done. So now you're inside here and you're inside here. 1-1, sitting for a long time in consolidation too. That's a week. That's 6 days. 6 days of sitting. So when they wake up, they should go. Wells Fargo, I like to see that thing go back up to $81. That's like going back to all-time highs. All right. So energy, false advertisement this morning. It's like, all the energy stocks were jumping in the morning, and then they kind of tried to finish strong. I gotta say, on the XLE, still stuck inside on the week, and still stuck inside the month and trying just to get out of this last month at mid. May was not a great month there for XLE. Shoot her down. All right, so 86.43. We look for actionable signals that will tell us what's going to happen here. All right, so 83.36 if you want to get out of the week. All right, there's still a lot of red in here, so sit tight. Right, so XLF, XLE, they had Chevron. There was a gapper upper. And then there you go. There's your gapper upper. And it's like that. That's a pivot, okay? That's negative. That's bearish, all right? That's a hanging man hanger. Hanging man hanger. All right? So XLB, X-ray Larry Boy. There you go. Nice hammer here. All right, another hanging man hammer, but we'll see. All right, stuck inside. The metals were really strong today. They came out ripping, and they continued to stay strong all day. Look at this GDX. All right, look at gold. All right, look at them all. All right, they're not giving up at all. CDE. All right, they're all, the CDD didn't go out on highs, but I mean, these metals continue to move to the upside. We'll see here. BTG comes in back a little bit here, so I don't know. They're gonna, as long as they want to buy them, they're gonna keep going with them. All right, but we'll see what happens. The metals have been made in really nice move. All right, so I'm kind of gonna leave it there. We talked about a little bit tech. We talked about the banks. We know the banks are a little bit stronger. We know the utilities tried to come back at the end of the day. Healthcare, questionable. There's just so many that are stuck, and there's so much good and so much bad. There's 50-50, so it's really mixed bag in the healthcare world right now. All right, so we'll continue to watch the sectors, and we'll watch the futures for sure, and let's see what tomorrow brings. Looking for a simultaneous break on the week on the futures. It doesn't have to happen on any particular day, but if they can all take week up, then maybe that can give us the steam to try to get back up to these highs. And it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to get back up to these highs any way we look at it. All right, but we took a nice step today. All right, so everybody have a wonderful evening, and we will reconvene in the morning, all right? So have a good evening. Be good.